everyone, and welcome to the chat. Now, as you may have heard, we are expecting some off and on bad weather. Our meteorologists are watching it, and we'll get you any new information as soon as it comes in. But for now, we'll get started with Henny, Angelia, and Joey. And unfortunately, we do have to start with the tragic terror attack that took the life of 22 people and injured more than 50. ISIS has claimed responsibility for the attack. A suicide bomber detonated an IED outside the Ariana Grande concert as it ended in Manchester Arena. Police arrested a 23-year-old man, but are not saying how he may be connected. Thousands of people were there, including children, so many children. Ariana Grande issued a heartbroken response shortly after the attack, saying, "Broken. From the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry. I don't have words." Now, we've been hearing stories of survivors throughout the day, and it's just heartbreaking and really scary that this could happen at a concert. All these children are just going to hear their favorite singer, and they leave, having the best night of their lives, and 22 people are dead.
And the parents are waiting on the other side, waiting to get the kids, and so that's the worst part. But, I've been to this theater, this arena before. I live not too far from there in Cheshire, and this is Manchester, and this stadium is amazing. It is a beautiful arena, massive arena, much larger than the one that we have here. It's 6,000 more people can fit into that arena.
Yeah, it's like 21,000 people.
21,000 people versus, here I think we have about 15,000 roughly that will go into the Veterans Memorial Arena. But with that being said, I've been to this stadium. I saw Justin Timberlake and a couple of other people in the past, and it's a beautiful place. But to know that I walked down those stairs, that those kids were running down and screaming, and their parents were waiting, and if you're a parent, you just, that feeling of being on the other side looking for your child, no matter what the event is, you're looking and you're, where are they, and your heart is just in your chest, just pounding away. And that was the worst part, was watching those parents looking for their children. I thought that was horrific. And the thing is, these kids are going to be scarred for life now, and their parents are going to be scarred, many of them, because it's hard to overcome such a traumatic event.
And I think, Catalina, you calling it heartbreaking, I think is the most fitting word for the story. It truly is heartbreaking. Kind of like you were saying, Angela, I saw video when the story was breaking. And at the time, I just saw people standing around. I'm like, what are these people doing? And it were so many parents who just dropped their kid off at this concert and said, I'll come back in 2.5 hours. And then they came back to this. It's really scary. I've listened to it all day on the news. And one of the reports I heard is that at the end of, because it happened at the end of the show, like people were starting to leave. But at the end of Ariana Grande's show, she drops these massive pink balloons from the ceiling. So people heard a pop and they're like, it's one of the balloons. Well, then they heard a second pop and started to hear people run or see people run. And that's when people start to realize something's happening. There were a lot of misinformation about where was Ariana Grande and her team at the time. I heard this morning, I believe it was on Fox News, that at the time that it was kind of like, what is happening out there? Her backup dancer, and her band were walking to their dressing rooms, were quickly swept up by security, put in a car, and taken to a different location. Ariana Grande has suspended the rest of her tour, understandably so. I can't even begin to, even though it's not her fault, there's probably, some guilt and just pain from her, and it's just heartbreaking. I think the youngest one that they have identified as fatality so far is 8 years old. That's awful. It's just sad.
I have a graphic though I wanted to bring up, because I'll show you kind of where the area where it actually happened. There is the arena, which is right there in the middle. The blast area was in the center of the arena, and the train station, which is called Victoria Station, right there. And that's where it happened. So the fact, I'm thinking that he probably got off of the train station, and that's where it was detonated, was in that area where people would be leaving. And so that's where I think he was able to get so many people. But that's just, I don't know, it was just really sad. But the nicest story that I did hear was actually a woman and her husband. They were getting off of the train at the station, and they saw or heard what happened. They grabbed as many of the kids as they could, and they took them to the Holiday Inn, which was just to the right, up north of there. And that was really great, and tweeted out to all the parents, come here, your children are here.
There's so many great stories of hotels in the area and restaurants in the area saying, first responders, if you have an 8, come, we will feed you. Hotels saying, kids, come hang out here, we'll do everything. Like, those kind of stories just warm my heart, because it's these kind of stories that make you scared and almost sad of what humanity has become. But it's
very suspicious of people afterwards, because you would think like you don't know who to trust.
But it's those great stories of like come here, we'll help you, we'll do whatever we can. We get that your children, we'll help you find your parent. Like those stories are somewhat of the love that we need in these sort of situations to overcome the hate. That is clearly what the goal of this was.
It was fast because the hashtag Room for Manchester started trending within, I think, a couple hours of it breaking here in the States, and it was people like that saying, you know, we have a room for you. If you need to get off the streets and out of the, out of the fray, come here and we'll help you text your parents and contact your parents.
You know, one thing I would never, ever, 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 ever understand is ISIS. We all heard ISIS has taken responsibility for this. What type of human being with breath in their body can actually say, we take responsibility for killing other people, and you're advertising this? That is like the devil.
Well, we can't sit there and reason with what these people are doing at all. We could spend years trying to reason and try to explain it. There's no way.
But that's just my feelings. Those are my thoughts. Is not understand. I would never understand why or how any group, no matter what nationality, no matter what race they are, how can you take responsibility for killing people? I mean, it's just.
But to piggyback what you said, not just people, but to know like you're in a coherent mindset that you are going to a concert that you know is packed to the brim with children, and you feel like you're doing the right thing to your. It truly blows my mind.
It's awful. I mean, we're glad that it seems like the Manchester police responded really quickly and they were able to kind of assess the situation, help as many people as they could.
Yeah, they had 60 ambulances there, quick as anything.
And our prayers are with Manchester.
Yes. Thoughts, love, and prayers.
All right, well, let's move on to a lighter story. The season finale of The Voice is back tonight. Here's a look at the final 4 contestants.
And what you want is what you deserve. That's what I've got to give, woman. Hold me to the tongue up, dance, dance with me, don't stop. Gotta move, make it drop, drop. No, you'll never be lonely. We could be golden, yeah, we got nothing to lose. My money's on you. Slamming doors and broken glass, just like that it all comes back to you. Deja vu.
That's a lot of talent.
Yeah, that's good though. I love, my favorite is Chris Blue, and he's favored to win online. They're saying that he's going to win because he has the most magnificent story. They look at him like he is the young Michael Jackson. He is the youngest of 7 siblings. So just like Michael Jackson, he's the youngest, and he's the one that's been singing gospel with all of his brothers and sisters since he was 3 years old. This is him right here. He sang, his heart out, and he has a great voice. He has that voice like what's the judge, the right hand, no, the one that's on the left hand side. Oh my gosh, Maroon 5. Adam Levine. Oh my God.
Adam.
He sounds like him. He has that high-pitched voice, and then he can range like no other.
I
love him.
Lauren from Team Blake, that girl is talented. And if you didn't watch the finale last night, they performed an original song, a duet with her coach, and then a cover. I thought all 3 of Lauren's performances were phenomenal. If you're a big fan of The Voice like I am, Blake, I think a lot of people vote for the contestant. A lot of people vote for Blake.
Because the coach.
Yeah, and a lot of people vote for Blake. I would not be shocked if she wins, but I do think it's one of those rare seasons where it really could go anyway.
Well, I really hate to break your heart, Joey.
What?
But the winner is not going to be her. The winner is going to be my boy, Jesse Larson.
I do like him too, though. I do.
Jesse, you do it for me.
Can I tell you why I like Jesse?
You do it for me.
It's because Jesse's an artist. Like that man is an artist.
See, I think Chris is an artist. He's like an usher, and he has so many, I don't know, so many talents put together.
But that's the thing is that he has so much of what we've kind of already seen.
Agreed.
Jesse is this like
you're
bluesy rock thing that could go mainstream.
Jesse,
I think that's exactly what mainstream music needs right now.
Yes.
Jesse is one of those singers that when you hear your face does this, you're like, You're just like, yes. I love him.
He is very soulful. What I really like about him is one of his favorites is Prince. He's a self-taught musician, and his inspirations are B.B. King, Stevie Wonder, and Donny Hathaway.
And you can tell.
Soul, and more soul. Get your soul glow. Remember that?
Nah, girl.
Okay,
no, about like I do for you.
Okay, yes. But here's my question. Okay, The Voice. We all love the show, of course, but why is it appears as though the winners of The Voice, they just kind of fall off. You don't hear too much about them. However, comparing it to the winners of American Idol, we all remember it. You know, so these are past
winners,
winners of The Voice, and most of them, nothing happened. They were iTunes stars for one song, and that was it. Now this
Cassidy
gentleman,
Pope is great.
she's doing very well. She's doing right. She's doing country.
She's local.
There was actually one gentleman who actually gave up his. He was a winner. He actually gave up his contract. Him right here, gave up his contract, and he went to Broadway. So it kind of makes me wonder what. And we all know this guy here is doing well.
It's because, from my understanding, when you win American Idol, it is very much like, congratulations, Cindy, you won. Here's your manager, publisher, your agent, your producer. I think with The Voice, it's much like, congrats, here are some people we recommend. We'll give you a recording contract, but it's not really like a team. Like Kelly Clarkson, who's been very public about battling with her original team, she will say, if they would have just said, all right, you won, congrats in life, she's like, I would not be who I am today. So I think a lot of it, because I agree, I think The Voice is great. I don't think there's been another reality TV singing competition that has found the chemistry of judges like The Voice has.
Right.
Because a lot of times you just tune in to watch Blake and Adam banter for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But American Idol has produced some stars. And I think The Voice, when new talent come in, like Jennifer Hudson's going to be judging, I think this fall, Kelly Clarkson's judging next spring.
I can't wait to see Kelly.
It'll be interesting to see some of that American Idol talent starts molding these stars. But I agree with you.
Yeah, but you know, Adam Levine and also Blake Shelton have both publicly said that there is issues. After these people win, they work all season long to build them up to be this star, and then the baton is dropped. So, you know, Adam actually went on the Howard Stern show, and he had some not so nice words out of frustration. So I get it, you know, but it's kind of unfortunate that these people work so hard, and
it's like they expect the
nothing
exposure
happens.
to be enough to launch their career, and that's just not the case. It's just, I mean, the industry, the music industry specifically has kind of changed and not really setting them up for it. But we're going to watch the finale anyway, so make sure you watch it because we're going to come back and obviously talk about who won and who should have won. All right, well, after the break, a powerful lady with a really cool project going on that all started from a hobby. And here's a hint, it's flipping awesome. Hear more when we get back.
So, I just talked to my manager and...
This is it. Just with